All right, so it's currently 6:05. It's Monday, March 8th. I want to make sure it's March 8th because I always say the wrong day. March 8th, and now calling this meeting. So, we're going to start by taking attendance. Secretary Gaines, can you take attendance for us, please?
Remind everybody to speak loud and project your voice. So if you leave microphone right now, maybe up at the.
President Bell,
Here.
Senator Jean, Senator Reagan, Senator Smith, Senator Burnett, Senator Cooper, Senator Davis, Senator Espinal, Senator Rayner, Senator Woodford, Senator Clayton III, Senator Armando, I'm sorry, because I don't want to mess up your last name.
Here.
Senator Park. Here. Senator Elsie. Here. Senator Johnson. Here. All right, Dean Jacobs.
Present.
And Mr. Trice. And myself.
Oceana, Jasmine, Genesis. They both online.
They're here.
Woodford.
Yeah, they're here.
Woodford, Espinal, and Rayner. Right under Espinal. Yeah. That's everybody.
All right. So I need how many people?
Yeah, I told them. Half plus one. Half plus one.
I got it.
All right, so we got quorum.
And I need you. I got 8, 9,
Let's include us too.
10.
That's with us. All right, how many? It's half plus one. How many you have in total?
But I need it.
All right. All right, so yeah, we got it.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So I'm sorry, y'all. We do have quorum. I apologize about that. So with that being said, if you check the agendas, Secretary Gaines included the minute approval for our last meeting, which was February. Let me make sure I get that date right. I want to say 22nd, but let me make sure.
February 22nd.
Yes,
and
22nd. So reviewing those minutes, did anybody have any changes that they want to make to those minutes for February 22nd? I want to open the floor discussion pertaining to those minutes. All right, is there a motion on the floor to approve the minutes for our meeting on February 2nd? All right, is there a second for that motion? All right, everyone who approved those minutes, can you please raise your hand for me, please? All right, included in the email as well, she discussed that we needed to approve the minutes for February 8th as well. Did anyone get a chance to review those minutes or suggest any changes being made to those minutes? All right, is there a motion on the floor to approve the minutes for our general session meeting for February 8th? All right, is there a second for that motion? All right, everyone who votes yes to approve those minutes, can you raise your hand? All right, moving on to our reports. So today I don't really have a lengthy report, too much of honestly a report. I will say that I do have a meeting coming up with, I don't want to get his name wrong, so let me go and ensure I get the name right. But I have a meeting coming up this Wednesday, March 10th, with Steven. I don't want to say his last name wrong. That's what I don't. Showtime. We will be discussing graduation and some of the feedback that we got pertaining to graduation. Some ideas and even discussing some concerns and feedback that I myself have personally heard pertaining to graduation. And hopefully looking to maybe find a better option or a better way to do it or make some adjustments to the way that has been approached and discussed with everyone right now. As far as everything else goes, again, I want to highlight I'll be discussing the elections and Women History Month, so I don't really have too much of them to report as of right now. Moving on to our secretary report, we have Ms. Rachel Gaines.
My focus is with my report is to make sure we stay present for our general session meetings so we can conduct business effectively. Um, and just pretty much focus on our goal for SGA for 2021, 2022 to have a full dedicated cabinet.
I actually wanted to also highlight that as well. I just wanted, I'm sorry, I forgot to say this as well. But I did want to mention to everyone to ensure that we are still having our committee meetings, just to ensure that we are staying on the same page within our committees with everyone, as well as when we get together as an organization, allowing things to be a little bit more easier for it to be discussed and explained to others as well. It plays a huge role in our functioning organization. So let's please ensure we still keeping that going. Um, Moving forward to our academic affairs report, we got Ms. Raven Johnson.
Okay. Greetings, President Bell. Greetings, everyone. So basically, our report is as follows. 2 weeks ago, we had an event in Laker Hall, and it was very much a success. So we wanted to show you big shout outs to Imani for making our board and for us coming together to basically help educate the freshmen in Laker Hall to help them with their study habits. And we also we had like, what do you do to become successful in your classroom? And we wanted to show you all the participation that we had. So we had them write on the pink sticky notes ways that they become successful, and we gave out candy bags and stuff. So this is some of the stuff from our board, and so I brought it so y'all could see. It was very much a success, and yeah. And that's really it. We would like to donate this board to President Bell. You can keep it. I don't know if the SGA room. Do we have an SGA?
Yeah, we actually have an SGA office.
Oh, you could put it in there.
Yes. But yes, I did actually post this this board on Instagram as well. Let's see looking at some feedback. It says what are your tips for success? One of these says studying is doing a lot of practice. One says staying on top of your work. One says writing down your goals, yes, manifesting. One says no hard in basketball. One says asking for help when needed. One says I used to study at least 3 times a week and ask other people in class for help. But I definitely want to say I thank you all for doing this. It was definitely creative. It has a very nice look to it. Who designed this? Yeah. But yeah, so this definitely looks good, and I really again appreciate y'all. We gonna say good job on that again, because I did hear a lot of feedback the day of. I was getting like text messages saying, "Oh, I see y'all in Laker Hall." So definitely good job with that. All right, moving forward to graduate affairs. Is there anything that you would like to report on as right now? All right.
Greetings, President Bell. My report is as follows. I was asked to reach out to Ms. Erin Adams and Dr. Brian Robinson about getting the news about the graduate affair, the senator elections, and spreading the news to them. I was not able to get to Ms. Adams in time because the newsletter came out sooner than I thought. However, I was able to get in contact with Dr. Robinson, and he is willing and happy to help us out in getting out the information to his MPA students in the program here at Clayton State. So once we have those flyers and information, I'll send it over to him, and he'll get that information over to his students. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving forward to internal affairs, is there anything that you would like to report, sir?
Okay. Greetings, President Bill. Our report as follows. The Attorney Affairs, The Attorney Affairs members will be having their first meeting tomorrow, not tomorrow, next week. The SGA Awards is coming up, right, in April. Me or Katrina will be contacting Dean Jacobs or Matthew about more information about how to promote and set things up. What else? Oh yeah, Instagram. Do y'all have any ideas on how to make more followers to more people to follow this? I'm sorry, I just woke up, y'all.
How I used to, like, when I was with housing and how we used to get people to follow our Instagram page, we used to like have like tables, like we had like we had a little pop socket. It was popular then. I'm kind of pop socket.
Right. You had one, Raven?
I was gonna say the same thing. That's what we did prior to we had when they wrote it. I was on Instagram for updates, also posting population.
Okay, cool.
I would post videos like encouraging, like, hey, I'm doing SGA, the website, and like, hey, SGA, member.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then like, cause we like, advertisers, so like they see you, so when they see an actual person on there.
Right. Anyone else have any ideas?
Maybe we could do like a little small contest. Like, okay, so for example, like I own my own business, so what I did was I told people in order to win something off my site, they had to follow and like the post, and I would enter their name into a drawing, and I made pick like my name out of the hat, and that's what got the prize. But it was already following me, so they're not going to take time to just go and follow. Okay, this person. That could be something. Even if it's like a $20 gift card to like Walmart, like,
Yeah, it is a good one. Okay.
I like to elaborate on us posting, like on our own personal page. We can all do like a little short video. Hey, I'm a member of SGA, that's my major. Reach out to us, follow us on Instagram, and that would be another way to promote it.
Okay, cool.
Utilize it ourselves.
Just to me, we like post flyers like as a group. Honestly, when people like scroll down the timeline, they start like the group chat we keep saying like drop it a little bit because things thinking logically, if you post, we all post at one time, we all want somebody, when we all follow the same people, usually we have mutual friends on time. They would see those posts over and over and over and over again. It would kind of catch the eye of people scrolling on Instagram because it's like, why do I keep seeing the same thing on Instagram? What is it talking about and all of that? So that's definitely another route, like you said, of getting traffic to come to a SGA page, whether it's through the website or through our Instagram account. But also keeping in mind that we do have a Twitter and a YouTube channel as well too. So we also have other media platforms to promote as well that we want to get on.
All right. Well, this concludes our report. Thank y'all.
I appreciate y'all. Moving forward to student affairs, is there anything that you all would like to report as right now?
Not really, because you got elaborate on the,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right. I do know that Genesis is on the live link. So I'm not sure if she's able to unmute herself right now, because of the live link. However, Genesis, if you have an update, just email it to us and we'll get that out to everybody, as soon as we can. Well, really as soon as we get it.
She can't do that through the live.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. If she had anything she wanted to add, just email me. All right. So I do know, though it's a live link, as Dean Jacob stated, is not giving access for everyone to mute and unmute themselves. However, I did want to emphasize that we do want to continue to emphasize addressing student concerns, comments, questions pertaining to anything, and staying aware of everything that's going on pertaining to our students. As Student Government Association, that is our constitutional duty, to acknowledge and address. So if at any time you see on Twitter someone talking about something, or on Instagram somebody making a little comment, make a little side note of, hey, DM me, let's talk about this a little bit more, This is something I want to look into with you. I definitely say I know my friends do not mind picking up the phone and saying, Troy, I don't know what's going on with this one, like, can you help me out? I don't know too much about that, but maybe I can guide you in the right direction of who to go to. But even when it's kind of a concern that I know is out of some people's way, I will kind of look further into it for people as well. So, as it says, we want to ensure that we're doing the best that we can with advocating and bettering our campus. So please ensure that we're addressing all our concerns. And to all the students that's on the call, if you have any concerns, our email is sga@clayton.edu. So definitely do not hesitate to reach out to us because we get those emails instantly. We try to respond to them as fast as we can. Moving forward, we have our advisor report with Dean Jacobs.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, SGA. I have a very brief report. As you know that we are in our second week of election application period. We've got a few more weeks to go. So again, I hope everybody's considering what role they might want to have in SGA in the future and also encouraging people to run. I will tell you that we had a limited number of people on the first interest session that we did on Friday with Matt, myself, and Secretary Gaines. And we did go ahead and commit that to a video recording. And so that has been posted up on the website for people to access that. But I, again, look forward to seeing what the Academic Affairs group does or the elections group in terms of further promoting the elections. I also want to tell you that when we released the information about the election last week, which was on Monday, we had some activity on the website around that time. But we did have Dr. Abdullah send out a separate elections notification about the information session on Thursday, March 4th. And on that day, we've been averaging maybe 50 to 60 web page views on the SGA site. On that day when that went out, it went up to 266 web page views. So, you know, the promotions that we do really do help. So we need to keep thinking about that, keep flooding the social media and those kinds of things. And again, you know, we have about 10 or so people in SGA right now. We're essentially active. Quorum is not, we have quorum, but not a strong quorum. And remember, the SGA actually has 35 total positions, including your officers. So let's really work as a goal to get these positions filled for the coming year and get people to run for election. And then I'll come back in, I guess, in a couple of weeks and give you an update, but I'll probably do it outside of the meeting as well to let you know how many people are running for positions so you can keep tabs on that. All right, thank you all very much.
All right, so moving on to our old business. Today, old business, I did get on the call with both the Graduate Affairs and Internal Affairs Committee pertaining to elections and Academic Affairs and Student Affairs Committee pertaining to the Women's History Month campaign. And my responsibility on that call was to create a PowerPoint updating everybody as to what was going on, as well as getting a vote on whether or not we wanted to continue with doing what we were going to do, just because last meeting we didn't have a quorum to officially vote on it. So elections. So pertaining to elections, everyone is welcome to apply for elections. Senator positions are open. We have 16 undergrad positions, 5 graduate positions, and 10 freshman positions. And I'm sorry, but I spelled freshman wrong. I didn't see that typo. So just to let you all know, right now we won't be, well, I'm not sure we can get, if we have accepted freshman applications this early before. However, I do know that for sure graduate and undergrad positions are open for everyone to apply if you do meet the qualifications as listed on the Constitution, which can be found on the SGA website, and I do later on in this PowerPoint have a link connected to it. As well as the cabinet positions as well. So anyone who's interested in being an internal affairs chair, a graduate affairs chair, student affairs, fiscal, academic, just let us know, and we also have those positions up as well as Dean Jacob said, our e-board positions, which are president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. So what this again is pertaining to elections, and applications are open now for everyone to apply. Elections will begin April 2nd. And applications, again, are available for everyone to apply, including current SGA members. The full capacity, as Dean Jacob said, is also 35. So I did say I have a link right here, and I can upload this later on. But if you go here, it'll tell you everything about what you need to know for positions that you may be. Oh, it's not showing. Well, I apologize, y'all. Oh, here you go. I'm sorry. So if you just review our Constitution, it'll let you know all the qualifications for each position that you are interested in applying for. And again, this is for current members and people who are looking forward to joining SGA.
Mr. President, I'll just add that this information is also captured in an excerpt on the website in the elections materials packet. So you don't actually have to go to the Constitution to read all that, but certainly it's all in there too.
So again, referring to the SGA calendar, which is also located on the SGA page, you will see that. I'm sorry, I have to keep telling my computer to you. That as Dean Jacobs stated, we are in our second week of elections right now. I honestly suggest that everyone at least try to come back to our next meeting with a recommendation of at least 2 people to apply for SGA. I honestly say that because most people, I honestly feel like, will question joining SGA just because of what SGA does. However, for a lot of people that have joined, they have actually grown love for the organization in ways that they didn't actually see themselves growing that love and passion for it. So definitely talk to your friends about what you have done within the organization, what you believe the organization should kind of look like, and create ideas together and convince each other to, continue to pursue the organization to keep the organization growing. As I stated earlier, elections will start on April 2nd, as you see right here. Um, but again, this is all information that can be accessed through our website, which is on the SGA calendar. And I also want to add, just to brag a little bit, I kind of seen a little update on the SGA website a little bit, which is kind of a good little look right here. So I did want to brag about that too. So with elections, with that being said, we do plan to have a table in Lincoln Hall, and I'm sorry, there's another typo, I'm sorry, on March 17th. That is what that's supposed to say, not Laker Hall 17. So our plans for that, I do have discussed in our next slide. However, we also would say that we plan to have an online meeting on March 18th, which will be another online interest meeting that we plan to host via Microsoft Teams. So how? Everyone must sign up for one of the 2 events. We're making these 2 events mandatory for everyone to sign up for at least one. The table in Laker Hall will promote more than just elections. I want to say that we're going to promote more than just elections because it has been brought to our attention on multiple occasions that freshmen have been kind of struggling with identifying some on-campus resources as well as, maintaining classes and all of that other business. So we also discussed in our elections call that we wanted to promote more than just elections at that Laker Hall table. This will be done by us asking other departments to donate us some incentives. So we want to reach out to housing, we want to reach out to the writer studio, we want to reach out to CAS, we want to reach out to any department auxiliary service that's willing to give us some incentives for people to get to our table, as well as us in return promoting their department so that students can actually have traffic coming through there and utilizing those resources. As far as our online meeting goes, we ask that senators who aren't able to attend the table in Laker Hall, I apologize. We're asking that those senators sit and join us on the online interest call meeting. This PowerPoint will be created, and I do want to run through it with everybody who will sign up for the interest meeting call, just so that we can all be familiar with where we can kind of come in, where we can discuss and have more of a professional flow throughout that call. So for everyone who will sign up for that meeting, you definitely have to be on the lookout for an email for us to meet possibly next week to flow through that before it happens. Also, for everyone that is joining the call for the interest meeting, we ask that all cameras are on and that you are dressed to impress. This is also the dress to impress is going to those who also attend the table in Laker Hall. This is just a way for us to be a good representation of the organization and what it stands for, as well as drawing attention to ourselves. We also want to turn on our cameras because we want people to know that we ourselves are engaged in a business that we are trying to push out to other people, as well as pushing out that the organization is a friendly environment so that we can be active and open to discuss business and sometimes a little off business topics. So, with that being said, is there any questions pertaining to elections? Any questions, comments, concerns, anything that? Yes.
Did you have a date for the interest meeting?
Yes, I wish I had like a marker. We had the interest meeting is dated to be on March 18th. That's a Thursday, I want to say, but let me confirm on my
It
phone.
is.
Yeah, so it's Thursday, March 18th. We're aiming to have that elections interest meeting. As far as the Laker Hall table will be the day before. We kind of discussed kind of treating that as an SGA week. So maybe pushing out some pictures or videos, promotional videos or something pertaining to SGA that entire week. That's why we're seeing them back to back. But we definitely wanted to try to catch people as best as we can to fit everybody's schedule. So again, to clarify, our Laker Hall table will be the 17th. And if we're approving all of this, our live link will also be the 18th of March.
What time do you say for Lincoln Hall?
I actually did not include that, and I forgot to emphasize that. I apologize about that part. And that's because I left my notebook in my friend room and she went out of town. So I'm waiting to get that notebook out of her room, and I'll let you know about that. But I do believe that our time was around 6 or 7. I believe. I think it was 6 or 7, if I can remember correctly. Our live link, it was also around that same time, 6 or 7. We did the same identical times.
So the details for the Laker Hall event, I wanna add some insight to it if I can right now. Since we're gonna be basically promoting ourselves in SGA, I feel like we should not make it necessarily a party type event, but definitely draw attention. Have some kind of music, balloons, some kind of incentive for them to come out and network with us to see that, SGA isn't just this organization where only select few can be involved.
Yes, I definitely glad that you stated that. Just to give kind of more of an insight on how we did plan to kind of set up the table, we discussed getting a poster board kind of similar to this one created, as well as using our SGA tablecloth. We're getting a table. We do have a member who works in housing, so she's in very close contact with Maya Richardson. And she said that she would let us know whether or not Maya would want us to be inside or outside, considering that we do want to have a music incentive. Um, and also considering it's a residential area, so they may not want us inside with that. However, I definitely agree with that, which is why it's definitely important that we come in our business casual to that, as well as, like you said, more so focusing on the fact that we're having elections coming up as well as serving out of the duties. So great point about that. I appreciate that.
I piggyback on what she said.
hmm
What we do throw out some kind of incentive too.
Yes, so with the incentives, that's where we want to reach out to some of the departments like CAS, the Writer Studio, what's some other departments, Campus Life, Housing. We did want to reach out to them to get some free incentives, but we did kind of discuss that we had to touch into our budget to get some things. We would do so as well. We also discussed that if we can create something to possibly send over to print services, we could possibly get a card printed off where it says something about elections, where we can give those out as well.
So
Candy, yes, that's a good one. So anyone have any further questions pertaining to elections? All right, so now at this moment, I'm opening the floor for a motion for elections. So is there a motion on the floor for us to continue to go along with our promotion with elections, with the ways that we have discussed in this PowerPoint?
I move the SGA host
March 17th and 18th.
where they will be focusing on promotion of SGA elections and concerns brought to organization attention. That's it.
All right, at this time, for everyone who votes yes for that, can you please raise your hand for us, please? For our senators on the call, if you can, you could just text your response in the group me. I'll let Rachel know. All right, you all, I really appreciate that. And moving to our next point, we have Women's History Month. So our Graduate Affairs and Academic Affairs Committee has taken on the task to acknowledge at least 2 women at Clayton State every Wednesday for a campaign titled Women Crush Wednesday. These individuals will mostly be students. We said that we wanted to highlight mostly students just because we are a Student Government Association. We want to associate ourselves as best as we can to our students. We are doing a campaign right now on Instagram to get students to nominate ladies that we can post. However, there is a backup plan that we do have just in case that we are running low on suggestions or nominations. That backup plan is honestly us having our some backup people already listed that we could go to and post. Um, so with that being said, please nominate ladies that you think should be highlighted, and that would be honestly highly appreciated. You are also welcome to nominate yourself if you believe that you would like to be highlighted and chosen to possibly be highlighted for our campaign. Again, this is a promotional campaign which is to highlight ladies around campus. As an organization, we agreed to also acknowledge students who are also not just students, but faculty, staff, athletes, everyone who may be a part of the Clayton State community. However, we did say we want to emphasize students mostly. So when this campaign will continue throughout the month of March, and speaking of the month of March, they also said that they wanted to dedicate every Monday to posting a motivational post or motivational quote by a famous lady or woman, as I should say, that we acknowledge in today's history. Today, if you follow us on our Instagram page, we posted a quote by Michelle Obama. Um, so you will start to see those every Monday throughout the remainder of March as we continue to push forward with this online campaign. Oh, sorry. So how, again, we plan on doing this by getting nominations, so please nominate people. However, I will say that additional promotional ideas that we have discussed have been videos that we actually have a script written for and that we're just waiting to get posted. We have a flyer that has already been created and has been posted on our Instagram page. However, we have discussed some other methods of getting that flyer out as well. Excuse me. Excuse me. I also would say that I also will be creating a flyer for this as well, and I also say I will be creating a flyer. Well, I will attempt to create a flyer for elections, so that we could have our election flyers going out as well. But again, we do plan on doing this by getting nominations, posting videos, posting those flyers. I'm posting daily on Instagram on our stories so we can get people to see the QR code and scan to it. So we're definitely trying to stay consistent with the posting schedule with that so we can get consistent traffic on that. So at this time, is there any questions or comments, concerns pertaining to our Women's History Month online campaign? Any ideas that anyone want to bring up? All right, so is there a motion on the floor that we continue to campaign our Women Crush Wednesday campaign that throughout the month of March?
I believe that SGA not posted a woman person that
All right. At this time, everyone raise their hand if they're voting yes to continue with this. I did have one more thing on the agenda, and that was just to get an update pertaining to the video with that event. Did you decide whether or not you all wanted to continue with possibly posting that on our YouTube page or how exactly would you all like to go about that? And I even wanted to know, did you all get a chance to discuss that with Dean Jacobs as well?
Did you receive the email with the videos?
Yes, I did receive the email and I tried to review it, but honestly, it wasn't loaded on my phone, so I actually forgot to look on my computer. I was admit that. But even Dean Jacobs or Matt, I just wanted to know how we were gonna continue along with that. It's just as far as putting that out there, or
Which, can you clarify again what part you're speaking about the alumni?
yeah. So as far as the video that with the mentorship program, do we still want to try to get that video out there, or even getting an add-on to that video?
Yeah, I actually did not review it myself, so I don't, you all would have to take a look at it. I mean, I can do that this week.
Okay. Did you get a chance to get that email? Or you didn't get a chance to look at it?
Which one? Video in it?
Yeah.
No, well, I saw it come through, but I did not get a chance to look at it.
Okay. Okay, that's no problem. I just, like I said, wanted
I
to
can
get.
give you my sense of it. I mean, I would defer to you all as well, whether or not you think it's suitable to be putting out, since I wasn't on the actual call.
Okay, so I definitely will review that myself, but like I said, I just wanted to get you all's final opinion on that. Just so that we can kind of discuss getting that out. So that was just all pertaining to that. Moving forward, we have new business. At this time, is there any new business that anyone would like to welcome or put on the floor? Anything?
Yeah.
Okay, what's
It's for the people. So I have a question. So, before I got an SGA, you know how to get out the signatures?
mm-hmm.
So is that like, is there any way that a student can be waived from that? Like, my idea would be like, at the table, like, have like, kind of like a raffle, like, and if a student comes up, you say, here, draw a ticket, and like, their thing says, like, you have like 3 ways to get petition signed. Or like, just the way, like, they want to get like, or you get half of the petition signature, or like, something like that, you know,
That's
or something like that.
So I honestly, if I'm being real, I think the best approach with that, great idea. I think that would be, let me actually confirm.
That was the idea I had to make it seem more like,
That's actually a good idea. Are you talking about like a wheel with
it
kind
can be a
of?
wheel, it can be a box or a bowl, and like, we have like, hey, you got like 3 petitions, you got 3 ways to petition signed, so you don't have to get them, or you get like half, or, you have like, if you get into SGA, you can miss 1 meeting, or something like that, I don't know. Like, you know, we have like unexcused absences, I don't know, whatever you want, I don't care.
Can I so are you trying to say, so at the table, if we, I don't know, this is just an example, I'm throwing it out there. If we get a freshman to follow our Instagram page,
Right.
they put in a raffle saying, okay, Amani, should get 3 signatures waived off of her,
Yeah, something like
ballot
that.
for becoming a senator again.
Yeah.
And then if you put your hand in the picture, we'll pick it up.
Mhm.
So it's like a raffle to be.
Yeah, we can always have a
to get.
event, like, whenever you guys want to waive for students, like, we can have it like, let's say you wrote something down, like, you waived the petition, and you waive all the petition signings, like, it's like a, hey, I won this, so you kind of get like, you don't really have to do it, because you won that ticket right there. You know?
But is that people want to get?
And that's what I was just about to
Yeah,
say.
exactly, but that's why it doesn't have to be signatures, but it's just an idea that I had, it doesn't have to pertain to signatures, it can just be something like, oh, hey, this might, you know.
I honestly think that's a good idea. Honestly, I think that's a good idea. Like I can't too much honestly say anything. But I would actually say that I do feel like that kind of goes against the Constitution just a little bit, considering that every member is considered to, well, asked to receive those signatures before becoming a member unless they're appointed. I honestly say if that's honestly something that we want to do, that could be something that maybe we vote on. If it's maybe could, like you said, maybe list some ideas, and for all the ideas that maybe go against the Constitution, maybe allow people to vote on it or something. King
So
Jacob.
let me just chime in real quick. I think that's actually an interesting idea, and I'm kind of thinking through it right now myself. The thing that we would have to make sure we do is that you actually have to fill out an application first before you get your petition. So if somebody coming by and they haven't done the application, then we would have to keep track of like whether they're going to go ahead and do the application. So it's one of those things we have to, this sort of a management of the thing. So I mean, I think it could be done with some planning and figuring it out. And I think it's kind of neat. You get 3-5 signatures waived. I don't think it's that hard to get signatures, but maybe it is for some of you. But I think we would have to make sure that we're, somebody would win, that we're tracking them, and then they have to notify our area to make sure that we're keeping track of that, and they would have to have a petition in place or fill out an application to get a petition in place, and that's sort of like they might stop by the table and haven't even thought about doing the application yet. So it's that kind of sort of logistics.
This is definitely.
But if you guys want to talk through it a little bit more, maybe figure out, by that time, how you might want to do that and keep track of it. I think we can work with that as incentive on the petition.
Yeah, I definitely like that idea as well. That was kind of.
Obviously, I'll just say the goal of the petition is to get somebody out and about and announce and promote themselves to get support on campus. So there is a goal around that, but I think the incentive idea is kind of great.
I actually do too.
I have a question. When me and Ray were doing our board, we kind of came into, okay, what kind of incentives can we give to the freshmen for them to want to get involved on campus or SGA? And we didn't have any, we were trying to do sticky notes and stickers or something like that. So if we could move forward on trying to get SGA sticky note pens, stickers, and anything like that, just to hand out each event, that'll be nice for freshmen to look on their hand, oh, I got an SGA sticker, or I got some sticky notes that I post on my mirror, and I'm looking at SGA, symbol. That'd be nice.
I actually like that idea, and I'll actually say, when I went in the SGA office and cleaned it that day, I actually, that's funny because that's when I actually met her. But when I went in the SGA office and cleaned it, I actually seen some books with, I wouldn't know what's the word to use for it, but it was kind of like where you could buy like big bulks of stuff, like wholesale items that we could like buy and stuff. And get like customized wholesale items.
Nice so. Could customize little journals, like pocket journals.
Yes.
For the student success.
Yes, I actually, now that you say that, I'm actually writing on my phone to go to the SGA office and get there. Because that's actually a good point. That way in future we can honestly stop maybe asking people and actually have our own name on stuff. So. Yeah, so I actually do like that idea. Anybody else? Raven?
Academic affairs, we want like something coming up. We only have 6 weeks of school left, so we want to start thinking about things to be great. We kind of, SGA, we kind of like cram stuff last minute. So we wanted to start thinking like maybe because April, I think they should remove from school, but because April is the last week of school, we could do something as far as gifted with SGA. So and then something that also can go by the clothes. Soccer field, something big enough where we don't have to touch each other. We could probably get about water bottles, which is cheap, and we could just, have a day where, when it's not a day, but like an hour where, people can come to the field and, have the music out there playing, exercising, we hold extra routine, you know, let people come and if we can find that they can use. You know, sometimes they just think SGA is boring, which is really not. But, you know, they don't ever see it be like fun events. So I think that would be a nice event to get people also to get our name out there. They're like, oh, we had fun with SGA today. Wait for the next.
I honestly think that's a good idea as well.
And since it's the end of the semester, I don't know if y'all purchase our textbooks or rent them, but it's just a little detail. Like we can use our textbooks, little weights or something like. That's the fun part. Like bring your old textbooks to work out. We would SGA. So that was one of our ideas that we
That was
for the month of
actually.
April. It is starting to get warm outside. What about the course? That's all they need. And it's a very inexpensive event.
Yes, I actually was gonna say I like that idea. I think honestly, the Department of Recreational and Wellness, they would love to honestly hear that from y'all because that's honestly a good idea. I think it would get a lot of people out. Speaking of, I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but they actually used to do those student classes in the SAC. Yeah, so that may actually get an even bigger crowd, considering that it may be outside and stuff. Yeah.
And also, I think all of us should get together. I know schedules can be a lot different. But for us to get together and show that we are one unit and that we can work with one another. So just show like SGA working out to like all of us. Just try to get involved as one with that event. So
Yes.
yeah,
That would.
and then we
That
all
honestly.
whoever wants to come.
That's I'm right now everything off going off. All right, so anybody else have anything that they wanna bring to the floor to discuss? I thought she was saying she had something to say. All right. So let me zoom in on this. So right here, I do have a sign-in sheet. Like nowhere, like no. So I do have a sign-in sheet. Let me get you all's emails off here. I want to say that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 of us in here now. This is honestly in random order, so what I'll do is just go straight down. And if 4 of us can in the room can decide that we're gonna go to the Laker Hall table, and 4 of us can decide if we're gonna do the live link, that'll be a great start to getting people signed up for those events. As I stated with the I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. With the live link, I do plan on having a PowerPoint created and we're kind of running through that PowerPoint by sometime next week so that, again, we can have a more professional flow throughout that PowerPoint. However, this will just serve as our sign-in sheet, letting us know. I will say that it will. Okay, it's at least it's 30 on here. Okay, so yeah, so at least all of us try to get four of us on elections as of now, and 4 of us on the live link call. I'm sorry, the Laker Hall table and the live link call. I apologize. I'll actually once I get my notebook out, I'll actually send an email out and I'll make it in an important email. I'll put the important and I'll also drop in group me when I send it out as soon as I get that notebook. But Even just to let everybody know, like a hot table, we have discussed that we know we have to keep the whole COVID thing in mind. So we have discussed maybe doing a shift type of thing where we maybe sit out there for 2 or maybe 3 hours just to have shifts of people coming through, rather than us being all at one table at one time. All right, Jemiah, which one would you like to do? Live event. Kelsey?
So, I'm in a bit of a bind because I work all
On those
Wednesday,
days.
and then on Thursday, I'm going out of town. So, depending on the time on Thursday, I can try to chill.
Let me ask. I wanted to ask you as well, Dean Jacob. Is there a way that we could possibly get a link out that limits like how many people can sign up for what, if that makes sense? So if like one person, like we limit one person sign up, this amount of people sign up for that, and this amount doing that.
You can do that on a doodle, and there's probably some other ways to do it in Quadrics.
Okay, doodle and cartridge. Because I did know that the time is definitely a big piece of information that's missing right now, and like I said, I will apologize about that. That's my lack of responsibility for not having that notebook. So.
Because if it's in the daytime, I definitely won't be able to make the living hall because I work every day, Monday through Friday. And then just depending on the time of the virtual event, because I fly out on Thursday, so I kind of don't know.
I'll say that Wednesday for Laker Hall, I do know it was kind of later on, after like 5, I believe. It was for sure like after 5, for sure. And that was for both calls. I mean, both the Laker Hall table and the live link. That was for both. Actually, yeah, I'll just email y'all that part.
Maybe you can have some people help with the setup or preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to be on first team.
Yeah, but like I said, I'll just, I don't want to flood y'all with an apology, but make y'all seem like, oh my God, you're doing too much. But I will again apologize because I don't have access to that folder, so I couldn't really reference it as much as I wanted to when it came to specific information. But I will say what I would do is I would look into doing a doodle link. Actually, as soon as I get to my room, I'll look into how to get a link created for everyone to sign up. That way it could evenly be split between everybody that signed up for the event. But with that being said, can you all please, please, please pay attention to your email because we're not going to see each other before the event happen again. So I gotta ensure that I'm catching everybody's attention with that.
Can we set up a Microsoft Teams, a couple days prior to the event? So we can make sure that everyone is on the same page and that no one's gathering conflict.
So that's actually an idea that I discussed. Would you all be opposed to doing maybe a check-in call for our SGA week type of thing so we could discuss both the table and the live link and go from there?
That would have to be next week.
Yeah, so that honestly, I honestly would believe if Mondays at 6 to 7 is our best day, I would say Mondays at 6 to 7. The only thing is it interferes with our cabinet meeting. So if the cabinet is fine with welcoming everybody to that meeting, we definitely can take that approach where we do a quick check-in for those events instead of doing a cabinet meeting. Yeah, I'm fine with doing that. All right, so what I do is I'll send y'all a check-in call link on for Monday, and that's the 15th, correct? Sorry, yes, the 15th. I'm sorry. Okay, so Monday the 15th from 6 to 7, which is our time that we would normally meet on this Monday. We'll discuss the table as well as table, the log. Would you all be opposed to maybe having a presentation role in the live call? Even if that is approach, would you be opposed to doing that? Maybe us assigning PowerPoint, having like a PowerPoint slide that we all maybe discuss. Each person read a PowerPoint slide on the call or something, just to do diverse. Okay. All right, so I'll be sure to get that information out to y'all as fast as I can. And like I said, yes, I will send out a reminder. I definitely will send out a reminder. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll definitely knock all this out tomorrow in my free time. Armando?
I will only be available the 17th.
Okay. All right, I'll take note that you can that the 17th will be a day that we'll for sure give to you. Anybody else have anything? The 17th is fine with you. You have something you want to say?
I prefer the 17th, but I can do both if anything possible. As
Okay.
long as the live event is in the evening.
Okay. All right, so let's vote to end the meeting real quick, and then we'll follow up with that real quick. So as of right now, it's 7:05, and is there a motion on the floor to adjourn the meeting? All right. All right, everybody who votes yes to adjourn the meeting, can you please raise your hand for me, please? All right, it's 7:07, and this meeting has now been adjourned.